We continue remembering the life and times of the late Minister in Presidency, Jackson Mthembu. Former President Nelson Mandela's former private secretary, Zelda la Grange, says Mthembu could be trusted to execute any task. She joins us now from Cape Town. A very good morning to you, Zelda. I want to just bring up this tweet from yesterday when you found out, the very sad news. You said that Minister Jackson Mthembu was one of the first ANC officials not in government that I met back in 1994. He could be trusted to execute any task with complete conviction. Supported us unconditionally, exemplary human being, regardless of one's age, standing, and color. And I think, this really does just epitomize the person that he was. Just take me back to that first memory that you have of your first meeting with Jackson Mthembu.
Good morning, ladies, first of all, and good morning, all your viewers. It's with sadness, that we've learned of Jackson's passing. I think the first memory I have of him is when I was still a rookie in President Mandela's office with very little knowledge and ability to grasp the history of the ANC, the workings of the ANC. And whenever Madiba or President Mandela, whenever he attended events where the ANC was involved, Jackson was one of those people that were just always around. He was always around. You could really rely on him to get things working around Madiba. You could be fully trusted with the execution of any task. Madiba was very punctual. He wanted things to happen in a particular order with great discipline. And Jackson was one of those people that could mobilize a crowd to get that done exactly. He was always friendly. He was always kind. We've had words over the years, but despite that, he is a person that one always felt great respect from. If you just look at the outpour on social media of love and sadness and shock over his passing, he was really a man well loved by everyone, because of his demeanor and because of the respect that he showed people, friend and foe alike. So it is really, I think, South Africa has lost a great son. I get very angry when people always make blanket statements about either government or the ANC, and yes, corruption is real, but not everyone in government or the ANC deserves to be under this blanket. And Jackson was one such person. He was a good man. His heart was in the right place. He was a passionate and a South African, and we are really very saddened by his death.
And of course, a lot of us know him on a professional level, but you got to experience him on a personal level, as well as, the relationship that he had with the late Utata Nelson Mandela. Just talk to me about that personal relationship that they had.
Always, he was always also, he had a very good sense of humor, so you could always laugh in the most stressful of situations and ease the tension around him. He was someone that put people at ease. And also, with that Madiba also had a great sense of humor. So between the two of them, there would always be this bantering almost in a very humorous way. So he was just a kind soul, a kind gentleman. And it is just unbelievable to think that he's no longer with us.
Yeah. And, just my last question to you is, what kind of legacy do you think that he leaves behind? And what can we all learn from him, particularly the youth? I mean, we know that he was a student leader during the 1976 Soweto uprising. So what can the youth take from him?
Well, I think he was a revolutionary by heart. He was very serious. He was, about equality, about democracy. And we can really take that conviction with which he lived in everything he did. I think we can take from that. Also, Jackson, he could bring people together of all political affiliation. And I think it was always for him, it was humanity over ideology, something Madiba also believed in, but Jackson really lived that every day.
Thank you very much, Zelda. We appreciate your time and your words of comfort. That was former President Nelson Mandela's former private secretary, Zelda la Grange.